came out. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if this is racist to say, but I really think Asians do not play with liquor, bro. They get drunk. Honestly, bro, just been working. Can't lie. Just got back from the gym, had some lunch. About to head to go get a haircut. You know, making a YouTube video, having this meeting, just doing everything I can, bro. For real.
I've been catching a lot of bullshit, but it's like this.
Really?
Cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be a good meeting because we about to take some action. Like, it's gonna be a good meeting. It's time. It's time we actually lock in on some things, if you know what I mean. $72 to fill up my car from like what, 50 miles? Like, I don't let it go to 0. I don't let it tell me when to do it. Whenever it gets to the quarter tank, I fill it up. I don't complain about the gas prices being too high, but I drive a little slower. I might not do sport mode sometimes. I might go a little less sport mode, but it has been over a year now since I bought my FX30, and honestly, buying this FX30 was the best decision I ever made for my business. I've seen an increase in like revenue around 40%, almost 50%. I have more consistent clients, more sustainable income. Like, I can count on a certain amount of monthly income coming in now, way more security than I've ever had with my business. And that's not only because I got a video camera, like, it's definitely a big part of it because I was doing video with the RP, but now my video quality is competitive enough that even if the client likes me, they don't feel like they're sacrificing quality to work with me. You know what I mean? So before, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm a cheap bastard. Like, when I just started videography, when I just started photography in general, I would buy everything. Like, I bought gimbals, drones, like not even knowing if I had the client for it. Like, anytime I had money, there was nothing else I wanted to spend money on. I didn't have a car, didn't have a girlfriend, you know, didn't drink, didn't smoke. Like, I didn't do anything that would make me want to spend my money on something else. You know what I'm saying? So when I just started, all of my money went straight back into videography, and I bought a lot of stuff. And then I got to a point where I realized I wasn't even using all of that stuff. I realized kind of what purchases could be directly linked to bringing more money into my business or making it easier for me to make more money. And I'd say well, obviously the first thing is something that's causing an issue. So if something's causing an issue and I need to buy it, I need to buy it. So for example, when I bought my PC, that was a big upgrade as well. Not only am I able to like color grade now, like handling color grading, I'm also able to edit faster, have more like comfortable working situations, actually get into the flow state of like getting work done and getting into like a productive flow. So great, like that was a bottleneck that I had that I fixed in the business when it was just my laptop. And then the next thing would be like a new effect. For example, like a lens that, like, new situations, right? So being able to like handle new situations, i.e. Maybe a lens, or for like a light, or a portable battery, or a tripod. Like, a tripod allows you to put an extra light up or an extra camera up, like something, or like an umbrella, like, you know, some type of weather situation, like stuff that allows you to tackle more situations, right? And then the third thing would be like anything that's like I guess a client's asking for, you know what I mean? But I have photography and videography friends, and sometimes a client is asking for a specific thing, and I'll just borrow that thing from my friend. And if I'm not bothering my friend enough to where it's like, okay, now I need to get my own shit, I'm not gonna buy one, right? Like, I had a client that asked for a VHS video. I borrowed Darren's VHS camera, gave it back. That was like 6 months ago. If I had 2 other clients asking me for a VHS, you know, video, I'd be like, they're like, I saw that VHS video you did for so-and-so, could you do that for me? Then I would buy my own VHS camera, because I would now be inconveniencing Darren to make my own money, you know what I mean? Or even if I want to drag it out, I could rent it. So it's like, okay, if he doesn't have a shoot and it's not too much of a task to go pick it up from him, I'll rent it from him. You know what I mean? That's one option as well too. So I just became more of a miser when it comes to buying gear. But man, the $2,500 I spent on this FX30 setup, genius. That being said though, on the $2,500, another thing, like what I've learned, right? So what I've learned over the year of having this camera. If you ever wake up and feel depressed, you probably just need a haircut, and go see my boy Mufti. Go see my boy. I need to get enough money to hire a cameraman. I need to get enough money to hire a cameraman, yo.
That's it.
Yo, like the difference between having a cameraman and not is like you get the moment, but then nobody else get the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the cameraman job is to get paid to not be a part of the moment.
I'm over here
You were a part of the moment.
Oh my God, it's gonna get hard.
Like, yo, that shit, like, it's like, yo, that shit is fire. Oh, I got the camera, like, oh my God,
bro,
man.
I'm telling you, that's kind of how it be.
Hell yeah, I'm trying to go to Nigeria, and I gotta go with my Nigerian friends, but.
Are you a YouTuber? Or
I don't consider myself a YouTuber. I have a creative agency, so I have access to cameras, and I can talk.
Okay, cool.
So I got the ingredients
Right.
to be a YouTuber, but I wouldn't. I don't consider myself a YouTuber because that's not what paying the bills. When that's what's making the most money, I say
You're a YouTuber.
that's what I do. Yeah, the number one thing I am is what pays the bills.
You're a creative agency.
Exactly. Things I've learned since owning the FX30. One, I learned color grading. Before, when I had the RP, I was not shooting in enough of a color science or a color depth to be able to actually color grade the footage. So now that I actually have a camera that, you know, shoots at a high enough quality, I can color grade. I can shoot in log. I understand the difference and the benefits of shooting in log, the dynamic range. Just, you know, when people have that look in their videos that make it look like it's real life, if you're watching this and you have maybe like a Canon camera, like a photo focus camera, like a R6, and a camera that just doesn't shoot log. Log is more than just the ability to control the color. It's a closer to true reading of what the sensor is seeing. So, you know, I feel like a lot of professionals kind of just know that log is that, and nobody kind of says it. But if you're on the prosumer, I mean the consumer side of things, and you don't have a camera and you don't have, you know, color grading and shooting log, even if you do have color grading, because some people color grade footage that's not log, even if you don't have shooting log in your workflow, I promise you that right there will actually change your perspective on videography. That being said, I do have a bit of a background in just getting the color right in camera. From shooting with a Canon, I'm really good at getting my colors right in camera, understanding white balance, understanding lighting, intensity of lighting, how far the light is, you know, and where your light sources are. Because if I had like a light above me right now, this scene would look very different. Understanding that I might want to physically throw the color in there. This is the aperture MC, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, put that light on red, it, you know, fills in my side, not just with another light, but with some color, you know what I mean? So an understanding of lighting and color in general. So yeah, that's one thing I learned. And then another thing I learned is that your camera does matter. Like, gear does matter. I have clients that ask me, what camera are you using? They explicitly ask me if I have the FX3 or, you know, or an FX6, right? And they might not know why they want that camera. They just know that the last guy had that camera, or sometimes they do actually have a guy that had that camera and I'm just covering for that guy, or they know that their competitors are using the camera. So many people have bought the FX line that the name is kind of known amongst clientele. So when you're getting to that $5,000 per client range, that $10,000 per client range, they're gonna ask you like, yo, what equipment are you using? They don't shoot. Like the first time my client asked me that question, I was like, all right, it's a little nosy. This is what I got, FX30. And they're like, oh, is that the same as FX3? And it's like, no, but you know, I can get a similar looking image out of there. And then I'd have to like show them the footage I'm able to get. If I had said FX3, I would have probably skipped that step and just been booked. And I've been on set with people who had an FX3 and I'm working alongside of them with my FX30. And they tell me like, oh, basically it's like having, like the FX3 is like having a Rolex, like it's a certain reputation to it. So I got a Casio on right now. Haven't bought my first Rolex yet, but if I like, that's, you know, this equivalent to the FX30. It's like, yo, it's a good watch. It's respectable if you know about watches, or it's like a Tissot. It's respectable if you know about watches. Like, you know, we realize you care about the craft and you can make it work if you're swaggy, but a Rolex does a lot of that for you without you even being swaggy. So like, that's how I describe the difference of the FX3. And also, I always have a light with me. In the last year, I've had one talent say that they didn't want to have the light like in their face. Like, there is a big key light in front of me right now, and you know, I feel like if I were to be working with rappers or people who are like intoxicated, they probably would not appreciate that light on them. I screw this light directly onto the camera, right? The FX3 dual base ISO is a max of 12,600. Okay, that's really high ISO. Is it usable? It's more than usable. It is a freak of nature. It's a superpower. I've seen so many FX3 guys with a setup and they never have a light. They never need a light. It's in their bag somewhere. They might grab it if they're going into like a place that's pitch darkness, like literally like a place, like maybe in like a studio place where there's like no light. But anywhere at night in the city, like just any situation, if they're in like a bar, like there's enough lights there. It's crazy, the dark situations. And the ISO look is like a natural look. It's almost like your eyes adjusted to the night. So it's almost like you're physically there. It doesn't feel, oh, we know there's a light here. Like this looks really produced. It feels very real lifey. So like I've seen nightclub shooters who use FX3 and like you get a real vivid like image from it because there is no light source. Like you can't pinpoint the key light. It's just bright enough for you to actually have information from the bright ISO. It's crazy. And that's actually the one reason why I'm gonna get the FX3. So those are two main things I learned. Just one, step up from actually having like a video camera and having a dedicated video camera. It's worth it. I'd also say that the FX3 is better than the ZV-E10 Mark II for anybody looking. Yes, it's the same sensor. Yes, you save a buck, but the active fan, it's gonna hurt you. My boy Sheldon got the ZV-E10 Mark II, if you saw that video on my page, and I saw the camera overheat. This camera's overheat one time when I was in a club, never overheated again, and I probably was holding something wrong or had some bad type of setup. Maybe I had the light in like a weird place, some type of stuff that wasn't allowing the heat to dissipate right. Never overheated again. So that's one thing I would say. But in terms of my 1 year experience with the FX30, best decision I ever made. I've made my money back tenfold, more than tenfold really. But yeah, it changed my business. It really taught me that you have to reinvest into the business. You can plateau so easily if you don't stay abreast with the latest gear. But at the same time, you don't want to only be dependent on the latest gear, because I'm in the same rooms and I'm getting the same clients that the guys with the FX3s are getting. So, you know, in terms of like what I was doing, it was worth it for me when I wasn't getting the type of clients that I'm getting now. And I just had an EOS RP. It was a great step up. I would recommend it to anyone, because being able to spend $2,500 versus like $5,000 basically for the FX3, it's a big difference. And if you spend that $2,500, you move up your clientele, you can very much so be getting the FX3 in 3 to 6 months, and then you'd have 2 cameras. So I feel like the FX3 is great for that. It's not going to become obsolete if you get the FX3. It's still a good B camera. So I'm super proud of my choice. And I want to shout out everybody that's been watching, everybody that watched I bought an FX30 video. Hope this one helps. Had to tap in with y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next one. He agrees, by the way, so we're both racist, right? Because like,